The next screen is the design screen, which allows you to create designs from scratch or modify existing designs. The design screen is identified by the icon that has a pencil and the letter T. You can access the design screen by clicking this icon, clicking the plus sign, or accessing any one of the designs from the Manage screen. Along the top is the main toolbar. The first icon is the New Design button. Selecting this will start a new page. Next is the Import button. This allows you to upload designs, which will show up on the left side of the screen. Selecting any of the files on the left will open the design. Next is the Save button, which is recommended to do during your designs. If you want to save the design as another unique file, you can select the Save As New button. The next tool is the Rubber Stamp tool, which will be addressed in a separate video. The Selection tool is used to select items on the screen. You can select multiple items by holding down Shift or drawing a selection box completely around the objects that you want. The Line tool will allow you to draw lines, and the Circle tool will allow you to draw circles. In order to draw a perfect circle, hold down Control while drawing the circle. The Draw Path tool will allow you to draw unique paths that can be opened or closed. Clicking and dragging a point will allow you to curve the line. Right-click to end the path at the previously made point. The Rectangle tool allows you to draw rectangles, and while holding down Control allows you to draw perfect squares. The Polygon tool allows you to draw a shape with 3 or more sides. To edit the sides, click the drop-down arrow and type in the amount of sides that you want. You can also turn your polygon into a star shape with the Inset slider. The next tool is Add Image, which will import an image into your design. From here you have 2 options in the upper right hand corner of the image. The bar chart icon allows you to do color correction to make certain images engrave better. You can click on the line to add some points and then move them up or down to add contrast to the image. Your original will be on the left and the newly updated image will be on the right. This takes some practice and some trial and error. The second icon is Crop, which you can get rid of unwanted parts of the image. You can add a QR code by adding a website link, and it will automatically generate a scannable code. The next tool allows you to add text to the design. Click anywhere on the screen, type your text, and hit Apply. You can resize by dragging the corners or changing the font number in the upper right hand corner. You can scroll through various fonts, add bold, and italices. There are other advanced settings such as kerning, ligature, and typography. You have the Undo and Redo buttons, which are Control Z and Control Y respectively. There is Zoom In and Zoom Out, which can also be obtained by using the scroll wheel on the mouse. There are 4 tools for making unique shapes. With 2 or more overlapping shapes, you can select them and click Union. You can also use the Intersect tool. Select one shape, type C on the keyboard to turn it into a dashed line, then select both shapes and click Intersect, and it will clip out the overlapped portion of the shape. Difference is similar to Intersect. Select one shape, click C on the keyboard, select all shapes, and click Difference. This will treat the dashed shape as a cookie cutter tool and clip the section from the other shape. The last tool is Exclusion, which is similar as well. To show this, I will make both shapes filled in with the Paint Bucket tool. Select a shape, press C on the keyboard, select all shapes, and then press Exclusion. The overlapping section will be what is excluded from the design. It is possible to trace an image that is imported into the design. This works best with solid color images with defined edges. Select the image and click on the Image Trace tool. You can choose to trace just the outside of the image or leave it unchecked to trace all edges of the image. Click Trace and move the image away to reveal the lines that you can use for cutting or etching. You can adjust the sliders to get the trace closer to the result that you want. You can remove the background of an image around a subject. This works best with images that have simple backgrounds. Select your image and click on the Remove Background tool, and it will automatically remove the background. You can align and distribute components of your design. When multiple separate components are selected, you can click on the tool and align them vertical or horizontally, as well as distribute them evenly. You can also align items by clicking on individual components and using the snapping features, which will show you dashed lines when items are touching or centered in a specific direction. On the right side of the screen is the design name. It is recommended that you uniquely name your designs so you can search for them later. You can also change the width and the height of the job file here as well. With objects selected, you can change their height and dimension here. The lock will keep the aspect ratio intact when changing sizes. You can also unlock it if you want to, and change one dimension at a time without affecting the other one. Enclosed shapes can be filled with the Paint Bucket tool. Shapes that have line width can be adjusted here, and some items can be mirrored vertically or horizontally. With images selected, they can be changed to a negative depending on what material the design is being engraved on. Layers show what order items are drawn in and groups them by colors. You can also rearrange the order of elements by clicking on the Show Object Order and dragging elements in a different order. The final aspect of the design page is selecting colors of the objects within the design. Certain colors will be interpreted as different processes on the laser, which assists you in getting the final look that you want in your project. Selecting black will result in a standard engraving. Red will result in a cut, which is for shapes that you have drawn. Blue is for etching shapes that you have drawn. Orange is for quality engraving, and yellow is for speed engraving. All other colors do not have any processes associated with them and therefore should not be used. Also, the black and white square at the top is for engrave cover. This is specifically for text overlapping an image. This will ignore the text section when engraving an image, leaving the text visible in your project. When your design is complete, the last thing that you should do is click the button that says Fit to Design. This will make sure that the job page fits your entire design. When your design is complete and appropriate colors are selected, click Create Job in the upper right-hand corner to advance to the next screen.